Hey everybody, and welcome back for another video. In today's video, we are going to be talking about the latest episode of Star Wars The Bad Batch. This is episode 5 from season 1, and we're going to dive right into it and talk about the plot of the episode and then my favorite part. So let's get started. Alright, so the plot of this episode, we find our Bad Batch group going on a little trip, and Hunter has an idea of somebody that might know more information about the bounty hunter that was after them in the previous episode, Fennec, with a character that we saw in The Mandalorian in the past. So the Bad Batch goes to this planet, and he meets up with his intel. At first, the character really doesn't want to be known as the person that Hunter is looking for, but Omega finds a way to trick this person into revealing who they truly are. One other thing is that Omega has now an arm communicator thing that used to be crosshairs that the group gave to her. That way she can have communication with them at all times. But back to the main part of the story. So their intel person wants them to help free a slave. And so they go to this little camp, and then they find out that the slave that they're saving is actually a baby Rancor, which is pretty cool. I was not expecting it to be a Rancor when they were sent out to rescue this creature. But eventually the group does save this creature, and they come back and give this creature back to their intel person, which then gives it to somebody that I totally called it when they were kind of off camera, because at first when you saw this character, they were like just showing their mouth, and then you can hear them talk. But we find out that the Rancor was actually for Bib Fortuna, which is the Twi'lek that works for Jabba the Hutt on Tatooine. So the Rancor that the group saved will now be a part of Jabba's palace. I can't 100% say that that's the Rancor we see in episode 6. There's a good chance, but who knows if Jabba had more than one Rancor. We don't know. We got a little bit of a cliffhanger at the end with the intel person basically saying like she's good at keeping secrets, but the way she said it kind of gives off a bad vibe to Hunter, thinking, I might get double-crossed here. So yeah, and we end the episode there. My favorite part of this episode is the connection to Jabba the Hutt. I really enjoyed that. Seeing, like I said, I don't know necessarily if it's the Rancor, but there's a good chance that this could be the Rancor that we see in Return of the Jedi. It's cool to see the connections, and it's very cool to see the characters involved from the films intertwining into this universe. I really like how this show has been able to connect the dots, so to speak, for a couple different things, mostly the Empire, but as of late, the Empire has kind of got the back burner. We haven't heard about the Empire in the last episode or two, so hopefully moving forward we get back on track with that. And also maybe figuring out if Omega is the latest, I don't know if you'd call it experiment or clone, that the Kaminoans or Kaminoans mentioned in a previous episode, or if there's something completely new. We don't know that yet, but hopefully we will find out sooner rather than later. This show, I should say, has 16 episodes total that will be coming out. We are on 5, so we're past that quarter mark, heading towards the halfway. So we'll have to find out, wait and see what is yet in store. Alright everybody, that about wraps it up for us today. Again, we went over the latest episode of Star Wars The Bad Batch, episode 5. We talked about the episode a little bit, and then my favorite part, which was the connections to Jabba's palace. I thought that was really cool to see Bib Fortuna in this episode. If you haven't already, please turn on notifications. That way you are notified when the next Star Wars The Bad Batch discussion drops. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Drop us a like if you like this video, and drop us a comment letting us know your favorite part from this episode of The Bad Batch. And then as always everybody, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.